if you're looking for some kind of a little trinket, we definitely would have it here. You just want to kind of look and see what's out there. And of course, Marilyn Monroe, another very popular collectible. And you can see my favorite cookie jar. I actually love this cookie jar because it really kind of captures her.
Say the thing about it again.
This is my favorite cookie jar. It is Marilyn Monroe. Her head does come off, which shouldn't detract from it, but ready? Okay, we have here, these are checks that were written by Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball. Very uncommon, but for the collector, they actually can know that these things were filled out by them during their heyday, if you notice that they're from the 1950s, and you know, that they're absolutely authentic. Nothing says authentic than getting the person's check. And if you're Andy Griffith fans, we have a great selection of Andy Griffith items, from his personal checks to photos of Don Knotts, Howard Morris, Goober. It's just, again, an American iconic images that we like to promote, and people seem to like them.
Go ahead.
People seem to like the movie posters, but we also do ensembles and custom framing here. All of our framing is archival. Most of the pieces that we have here are museum pieces, so they have to be handled just in the right way. We use acid-free materials, plexiglass rather than glass, but the items are very retro, very cool, and would look great in any TV room or you know, home theater. Yeah, more checks. You know what we can do? We can do the Andy Griffith. There's something to say about that.
The baby's in the kitchen.
Over here. Done. Can we do that? Oops. Here's Andy. We have a lot of sci-fi items, especially from the 1950s and 60s, as you can see, because it's one of my favorite items. And it seems that I'm not alone. We sell a lot of this stuff. And again, they're all custom framed, matted. This particular one is framed in suede. So for those of you with a peculiar taste, a peculiar item.
Baby's in the kitchen.
Yeah, and I would probably say the same thing about Kim Miller. You know, me, and I'll tell you, she's hot.
She's up in Washington. She's almost like, it's almost like talking to my dog.
She was hot though in Bell Book and Candle.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Just say, you know, people mistake.
I'll jump right in there. Just to the left at the top of the stairs is a room with a rug and a lamp and a chair where you could sit and travel back in time. It's perfectly safe, you could go anywhere. You could enter the den of a grizzly bear or set out to sea if you feel so inclined. The stories that this old room could tell. Be careful or you could get caught under the spell of the wizards who dwell in here. Roosevelt is on the shelf. He's a great man doomed to be by himself, but he came down to visit late one night. Wittnebert got lost in here, and she hasn't been heard from for several years. But wherever she is, I'm sure she's all right. The stories that this old room could tell. Be careful or you could get caught under the spell of the wizards who dwell in here. Stories that this old room could tell. Be careful or you could get caught under the spell of the wizards who dwell in here. Little women, dangerous men, after all of the trouble they've gotten them in, you'd think they could resist each other's smiles. Fame and fortune and pleasure and pain, if nothing is ventured, then nothing is gained. So roll the bones, sit down for a while. The stories that this old room could tell. Be careful or you could get caught under the spell of the wizards who dwell in here. Under the spell of the wizards who dwell in here. All of the wonderful wizards who dwell in here. Thanks.
Okay. And I want to just say one more time that makes you feel like a child because you can go back in time and all that. Also, don't you think we should invite everybody, all in Lake County, out here to
I
see?
think if you haven't experienced Uncle Al's, you're really missing something in your life, and you're just probably a very shallow individual. So you're always welcome here with open arms. I mean, we love everybody. We love our customers. And it's
I know
just
you
a
do.
great
I
place
know
to
you
visit.
personally. You're a good man. Uncle Al is a wonderful guy. You got to come by and see this store because it's a real treat, especially if you're out just shopping around and all that. Al, want to thank you, buddy.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks for letting us come by and do this, and I hope you put up with my craziness. And I want to thank personally Dan Kyle for playing his stuff right out front of the store here. Was that good or what?
I love Dan.
Okay, thank you, Dan.
There's something in a cooking seems to keep our old man young. There's something in a cooking. 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 Something in a cooking. The more I think about it, it makes me her sticky bun.